FlossTube. I'm Pam.
And I'm Stephanie.
And this is Just Keep Stitching, episode 41.
Okay, holy crap. 20 plus 10 plus 5 plus 5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 is 41.
We're getting into decimal points.
That's the only
now.
time I'm ever going to do decimal points for the record.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Math.
It'll never happen again.
Right.
Welcome to our channel.
Hello.
We are recording this on Sunday.
We don't even have the light on, Pam. There.
Ah, hello. Again.
Let there be light.
With light.
Hello.
We're recording this on Sunday afternoon. It is Easter Sunday for some of us.
Happy Easter for those of you that celebrate.
I'm sure, some viewers who are celebrating Passover.
Mm-hmm.
And it is also April Fool's.
It is.
So I guess we pulled an April Fool's joke last week, a week early.
Right, but it wasn't on purpose.
It wasn't on purpose, and
we didn't do it.
It may happen again because life.
Oh,
you know.
Like,
she says "cause math," I say "cause life."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with apologies to everyone who
and sincere thank yous.
And sincere thank yous and
for all of your concern.
Appreciation for your concern.
But if there was ever a test out there that if people would really watch our videos, they really watch our videos.
That was it.
They really do. You really like us.
So anyway,
we're here on time today.
We are on time today.
Yep.
It is not raining for a change this afternoon. Right? Amazingly, our yard is pretty muddy. Yep. It's been raining pretty steadily off and on for the past 5 days, 4 or 5 days. We're pretty sick of it. But
yep. Yesterday was a beautiful day. We went out and we ran some errands and we drove around and we did what I call the Hobby Lobby tour. We did the Hobby Lobby tour yesterday. More about that later. Jen from Jennifer Upton.
Jen Upton, yeah.
And we saw her haul from Hobby Lobby and we were like, we should go check out Hobby Lobby.
See what we can find.
So we have probably 5 Hobby Lobbies within like an hour drive of us. It's the beauty of living in
Southwest Ohio,
right? Or like
Greater Cincinnati,
not the middle of nowhere. So we only went to 3 of them, but more on that later.
We scored.
We did
just a little,
just a touch,
just a little.
Yeah.
Aside from that, our Stitchy week has consisted of one Stitchy afternoon at Keepsakes in Sharonville, Ohio, our LNS.
Yep.
And we had a very nice afternoon.
We did.
Saw a lot of our best stitching friends and stitched the afternoon away.
Yes, we did. Because on Tuesday afternoon...
Coming up.
No, I'm telling a story, Pam.
Oh.
This past Tuesday afternoon, I threw my back out. So, again... Because I'm not doing freaky shit, people. I'm not. I promise. I'd tell you if I was.
She's really not. I mean, not that I'd be told.
I would tell you people if I was doing freaky shit, but I'm not. Okay? I've been known to, but not in the last week. And I don't know what it is about it, but...
so, she's still a little...
In pain.
In pain.
Yay.
And so she's not a happy camper,
nope.
But we're dealing with it because we're tough.
Right.
We're tough. What I thought she was going to say was that upcoming, and we'll get to that later.
Right.
But one of the things that I promised someone I would check into, and I did, was the hotel situation for StitchCon.
Correct.
If you had tried to make a reservation, perhaps in the last week or so, prior to Friday, we know of one person at least that was told the rooms were gone. That is not true.
Correct. That is incorrect.
And I promised the person that asked in a video comment last week that I would talk to Barbara. I talked to Barbara. Barbara talked to La Quinta. And another whole block has been set aside for StitchCon attendees.
For some reason, I think that this man at the hotel didn't think that there would really be 150 people that would want to come cross-stitch.
Correct.
So I think that, like, when Barbara told him to reserve a block of rooms for 150 people, I don't think that he did.
No.
I mean, and that's, I mean...
didn't you say, after talking to Barbara on Friday, didn't you say that in doing the math, of course, that we're so good at,
right?
Even if every single attendee had a room to themselves, there are enough rooms.
Right, exactly. So there's no stress. No. And I heard today that our friend Delisha, she reserved her hotel room today. So, like, if I would just jump on it.
I would.
Because that way, like, if for whatever reason, there should not be any more hiccups with rooms. We know that there have been in the last however long. But there shouldn't be any more hiccups. Because I think finally this guy's getting the picture, like, okay, maybe I should have held enough rooms like I told her I would.
Right. So that's the room situation at La Quinta in Sharonville for StitchCon.
Yep.
Aside from that, we had a lovely afternoon and came home to delicious stroganoff from the crock pot. And
that's our thing that we're doing.
That's our thing that we're kind of doing on Fridays when we go to the shop.
Crock-pot food.
We find a crock pot recipe that we'll cook for 6 or so hours, and we come home to a delicious meal. Yep. So,
like I said last week, all we have to do is get plates, show our faces.
That's right, and it was really good. It was really good. So let's talk about what we've been stitching.
Okay.
And we've pretty much been monogamous stitches this week.
We have.
Stitchers this week.
We have. What day was that? Oh, yeah, I took, I had a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, and so I literally worked on 2 things this week. One is a finish, which I'll show you in a moment, and the other one is a whip, and so the thing I took to the doctor's office, I finished, so, but this is my whip. You all saw it last week, Christmas ABCs or technically it's ABC Christmas, by Lizzie Kate, and I am stitching this on 28 count dapple by Picture This Plus. And look how cool this is. Sorry, Pam. So I keep calling it a page, but it's not really a page. I got the middle section pretty much done this week. And then I've been working on this side with the baby Jesus. I finished the baby this morning. So, and for basically Thursday, all day Thursday, not all day, but when I was stitching on Thursday, and then Friday at the shop, I worked on coloring in all of those white letters. I am in love with this red. Look at that red on that. That is Louisiana hot sauce. I'm obsessed.
Great red.
Yeah, and so there is one more.
That's Louisiana hot sauce.
The fabric is so big.
It's by
Weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. So this piece of fabric is huge, but like we said last week, if I had cut it, it would have only been like this. It wouldn't have been worth anything to save. So, but there's another row down at the bottom under reindeer that I just couldn't see on my Q-snap, so I just had to move it. But so
you've got kind of the middle section done.
Correct. So as you can see from, there's 2 more rows down at the bottom of this. So like these 2 rows. So I'm done over here. So I'm going to finish like poinsettia and snowman and go down here and do this section. And then I'll move over and do the bottom middle. And then I will go over and do this part.
I was just thinking, looking at that chart, that it's so much more Christmassier on the gray than it is
I think so too.
I mean, it screams winter and Christmas to me on that gray. And
it's really popping off it.
Mention again what that fabric is?
28 count dapple.
Dapple by
Picture This Plus.
Yeah.
So the motifs are really cute, and they're really, and I was like dreading doing the color blocks behind the letters, and they go really quickly, to be honest. So, and cat hair. So this has been fun. I've been kind of getting sick and tired of this color for the letters, because every single word is in that color. It's just a lot.
You're gonna have enough?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I hope. I think so. I mean, they gave me 2 skeins of it, so I should have enough. Oh, and I wanted to say too, I made a executive color change. So on the chart, see the candy cane? See how it's pink and white? And then the heart that's next to it is supposed to be red. I've never in my 30 years of life on this planet ever seen a pink and white candy cane. So...
Well, they do come in different colors now.
Well, not in traditional ways. Just saying. So I decided I made the candy cane red and white and made the heart pink. So I just flipped them because it made more sense to me. Sorry, Lizzie Kate.
Hey, there's no cross-stitch police, right?
Sorry, Linda E. Bright.
Yeah.
But I did what I wanted. So
right.
There's that. So that's my focus piece that I've been focusing on this week.
Focus piece that you focus on.
Emphasis on focus.
Emphasis on focus.
So, yep.
All right.
And
I don't have any whips to show.
My finish is way lamer than yours, so I'm going to show it first.
Oh, that's what I was just going to... Yeah. Segue into.
I mean, it's not lame. It's cool, but not compared to Pam's finish. So, for the Bewitched Stitchers group, is it?
No, I can't think. It's one of the two.
Oh, please.
We want to get it right.
I want to give you accurate information. Mm-hmm.
I think it's Stitches.
It is. It's Bewitched Stitches.
Here we go.
Group on Facebook.
Okay.
They were doing a hashtag EAP Macabre Sal. And I think the deadline's like May 1st, or I don't know if there is a deadline, whatever. We're both done with ours because I finished mine this week. And so I did the Nevermore chart by Lizzie Kate, and I changed all the colors around, well, the one color around. So this is my finish. There you go. That is 28 count dusk linen by PTP, and I used Carrot by Gentle Arts. So I think that it turned out way cooler. Oh yeah, you can see the color of the linen from it. So, and then also killed two birds with one stone, because this is also going to be my April ornament for Halloween. So, because Mom was like, "Are you going to use that for your April ornament?" And I was like, "I guess I could."
I think it'll be
valid point. So, for some reason, I picture it as a pillow finish. I don't know why. I do
too.
So yeah.
Maybe not too puffy, but just sort of
just a touch puff. Just a touch puff. Yeah.
What the heck is
light puff.
Light puff.
And I am kind of, for whatever reason, ever since Lizzie Kate announced their retirement, I have been aiming to have all of my ornaments, Halloween and Christmas, be Lizzie Kate this year. It's the year of the LK, hashtag stitch all Lizzie Kate.
Well, remember what year you did them.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be
so
cool.
I have my April ornament picked out already for April. I know which one I'm going to do, because it was the one I was going to do last month and then forgot all about it because I'm dumb. So,
that's okay.
But yeah, there's more months to stitch in, so that's that. So there's my lame finish compared to Pam's.
Well, like I said, we both have been monogamous stitchers this week. Yep. Stephanie working on her Christmas ABCs from Lizzie Kate, and I decided that I would plow through and finish my Canada sampler by Stitch Rovia. Mm-hmm. This actually was designed, I believe the copyright is 2013, and it is one that is very special to me, and was stitched by several people for 2017, which was the anniversary of the 150th anniversary of the Confederation of Canada. And if you equate that to, for instance, our country's bicentennial, it was a pretty big deal.
Right. So
anyway, having gone to Canada myself on a genealogy trip in 2016, when I heard about a Facebook group of mostly Canadian stitchers, who were going to stitch Canadian pieces for 2017. Mm-hmm. I joined that group on Facebook. That group is still active. And also, like I said, it's been stitched by several people for the commemoration last year. A floss tuber that you may watch is Pam's Crafty Corner in Newfoundland, Pam Reed, and she just posted on Instagram that of the two, she is stitching 2 of these, and of the 2, she has completed 1, and she's very close to completing the second. Right. So for this American girl, getting 1 done was a very big deal. And
no, she's not stitching it twice.
No. But I wanted to get it done for another reason too, is that most of the models that you'll see, I don't know whether Pam Reed is going to do this or not, but the ones that I have seen framed have a mat cut out in the shape of a maple leaf, because as you will see, the design is in the shape of a Canadian maple leaf.
Right.
So cool. Following Pam Reed's lead, I stitched this on 18 count white Aida. Loved it. 2 strands. And this is it.
Look at that.
So I've given it a light pressing because I just was kind of nervous about pressing it because I didn't want any bad water to get on the white cloth. That'll be stretched and it'll be fine. There are so many interesting motifs in this design.
I love it.
So cool. And a few that I had to quiz my Canadian friends about because I was curious. One that I was curious about was, if you see the boat, the red boat.
This boat?
Yep. I was stitching on that during Stitch Away in January, and I thought, I wonder what this boat, what are you picking at?
There's cat hair on it.
Okay, well, we'll take care of the cat hair.
It's good.
But anyway, see if I can zoom in on that a little bit. Stephanie can help out. That is actually, and I got my answer by sending Pam Reed an Instagram question while at Stitch Away. And she said it is an Aboriginal canoe. And if you do a Google search for Canada Aboriginal canoe, you will find lots and lots of pictures of vessels like that with the Canadian flag hanging off the stern. Exactly. My arms are getting tired, but anyway. Of course, we've got the Mountie, and we've got the
maple syrup, and
maple syrup,
mitten.
The
Tim
Hortons coffee cup. Last night I worked on the
boat, or no,
the CN Tower.
Yep, which is this thing right here. And then this lighthouse, which is Peggy's Cove.
Peggy's Cove in Nova Scotia.
Yep, and then this lobster.
Right.
And the Toronto
Maple Leafs logo.
And the Adirondack chair.
Yep.
And
the fishing trawler. Of course, that's Parliament in Ottawa.
Oh, yeah, right here. Yep.
Yep. And
then you finished with Niagara Falls.
And Niagara Falls was my last motif.
Yep.
So, pretty happy with it.
Cool.
And
very cool.
It was one of my big projects that I wanted to finish up from last year.
Looks so cool.
So,
and you want a red mat, right? I
think I'm going to do a red mat cut out in the shape of a maple leaf that'll set it off really nicely.
It's so cool.
And
I love it.
I'm very, very pleased with it. I did go to a wonderful shop in Moncton, New Brunswick in 2016 called Because You Count. Many of my Canadian stitching friends will know it if you are in the Maritimes. It's a wonderful shop. Reminds me a great deal of Keepsakes here in Cincinnati. And I actually had them send me the Jeanette Douglas designs that she did for 2017. And I have not stitched those yet. I have an idea of what I'm going to do, but
you do?
I haven't even kitted those up. But the shop was wonderful. I called them and I said, I was there in 2016, and they said, we remember you. You were there with your sister. And
cool.
Yeah, we said, it was great. It was just great. I got a couple of other Canadian designs there, as well as some other charts. My non-stitching sister was with me, and when we got out to the car, after me laying out about 200 Canadian dollars, she said, well, that was a really profitable trip for you. And I went, no, profitable is not the right word.
The right word.
It was profitable in the friendships and in the interactions and in the enjoyment of going in there.
That's cool.
So anyway, very fond memories of my trip in 2016. And I'm really glad to get Canada Sampler done.
Yep.
So anyway, that's finishes.
Yep.
In terms of our next category,
I have it over here.
You have it over there.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Mail call. Okay. Nicole. She sends us cards she lives 6.2 miles away from us.
Right.
And she sends us cards every single holiday.
Too funny.
Oh my God, wait for it. You guys are going to lose your shit over this card. Okay. So first of all, this is a Moose and Murphy card. Look at them. They look like best friends. Okay. So this is what it says. Easter math. Susie has 10 jelly beans. Timmy took 7. What is Timmy? Wait for it. Timmy is an asshole. Happy Easter. Cause math.
The best.
The best.
The best. Honest
you,
to
Nicole.
God. The best.
We had to take it. We had to take it off of the mantle because it.
Yes,
oh my God.
because it had an honored place on our mantle.
Stop.
Are you kidding me right now?
I love it. I love it.
Oh my God.
So thank you for that. So then, I have two friends. They're a couple, but I say a couple friends, but that whatever. They're 2 people. They are a couple. They are my friends, Angie and Jason. And Jason is like I wouldn't call him crafty, but he builds like little tiny models, cars. Like he has this whole little studio he's told me about where like tweezers, and he like builds these little. He's showed me little model trucks that he makes. And Angie, she knows how to. It's either crochet or knit. I think it's knit. And she's like, I don't know how you have the patience for a cross stitch because whatever. But she, sometimes she like finds stuff and she gives it to me. That's fine, but or find somebody that does. And this was a kit, and we had just seen this
on Instagram, didn't we?
No, we saw it on Heather Moore's FlossTube.
Oh yeah, Heather Moore.
Because she just recently finished this.
If you're not watching Heather Moore, you should.
Yes. She just finished this and framed it and everything. Laundry today or naked tomorrow.
Yeah, cute.
I know. And
funny.
And it's dimensions, and they gave me the whole kit and everything. And I was like, seriously? And I'm like, this is so funny. And I don't know if they watch our videos. They know about them. They know that they exist. They know, obviously, that I stitch. And now I took this out of the bag. I'm never going to get it.
Don't worry about
it. But I was like, there's another girl, and she makes videos like us, and she just stitched this, and they were like, cool.
Right.
Like, they just doesn't need
whatever.
them. But, so I got that, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And with the hoop and everything. So, I'm just going to stitch it on there. Whatever, why not?
Super cute.
And then, I got a package in the mailbox, with this really pretty card. And this is from Lisa. And she wrote me this note, and she is moving from North Las Vegas to Central Indiana, and big move, and so she was clearing out some of her stash, and she sent me some cat charts, and she said, that they don't look like things that I normally would stitch, but they're cats, so she sent them to me, and so I will be passing them along, most of them. This is the start that my friend Angie had on that. She was like, no, not happening. So anyway, so these are the charts. I'm going to be... Lisa, they will go to a happy home. I promise you that. So this is Perfect Pets from Stony Creek. Samantha's Perch from... Well, it's... Sure, I don't know who... Samantha's Perch. Anyone with Siamese out there want this? Tabitha's Garden. This kind of looks like Mosey. Laying on a bed of brick, Tabitha brings a sense of tranquility to this splendid summer garden. There's Tabitha. And these, I think I have every copy of these that were ever made because people keep sending them to me. These are both from Leisure Arts. One is leaflet 349, Cats and Flowers. And then leaflet 467, Innocence. Yep. So thank you, Lisa. I'm glad that I could help you clean your stash out.
And if anybody has a particular ooh-ah over any of those,
let me know.
Just comment below and we'll be
get them to you.
Glad to pass them on.
Yes, ma'am. So that was my mail call.
Yeah.
What did you get?
Well, when we were over at our friend Katie's house, what was that, about a month ago now?
Yep.
She was stitching this, and I didn't.
No, she had that, and then she
had
started
it, and then she was getting ready to start it, and she started it, and she's finished it. And I asked her if I could borrow it after she is done with it. And apparently, it is part of a series, and I don't know if there is any way to get the other two. It's from Summer House Stitch Works, and Stitch has an E on the end, and Works has an E in it. And this is called American Ambassador. Okay. And down at the bottom, it says Second in the Fathers of Freedom series. And it's obviously Ben Franklin, American Ambassador. I love this. Katie did warn me that there's a lot of 1/1 on this.
Yep.
So I have been.
Isn't all of Liberty in 1/1?
There's a lot of 1/1 in this. Yeah. Which I'm not a big fan of, but I do like this, and I'm interested in obtaining the others. I think there is one for Abraham Lincoln,
and one for George Washington,
and maybe that's it. I don't know. Maybe some of you are more familiar with Summer House Stitch Works and can let me know and so forth. But so I have American Ambassador from Katie on borrow.
On borrow.
Right.
I love that phrase.
And last week, Steph showed the two.
The one?
Well, we got two, and you only showed the one that Marianne sent you. And you had failed to...
This is Marianne from Instagram, and she had some, what am I trying to say? She had some digital copies of magazines, and so she had sent me that Lizzie Kate, that Marian Bright one, and she sent Mama one too, and I forgot.
Right, so the one that she sent for me is just lovely. It's called...
Smooth Sailing?
Smooth Sailing. And it's a Joan Elliott. So isn't that wonderful? I can't really give you the full picture because it's from page to page. But that's generally it. There's Joan peeking out there.
Hi, Joan.
So that's my magazine PDF from Marianne that actually I've had for about a week.
Yep. Thanks, Marianne.
And that was it for
mail call.
For mail call for us this week.
Right. We're at a half hour.
Realize that we are under a half an hour, and we are all ready to haul.
Okay, so we get 2 Fabric of the Month clubs, and one of them is Crazy Annie's, and it is a Picture This Plus Fabric of the Month club, basically. So we get 2 pieces of fabric, 2 stitchers, and we get a neutral and a color fabric, and they're both in 28 count Lugana. Right. That Dapple, the one I'm doing my Christmas ABCs on, that is one of the pieces from that. Right. So, and we get, what did we realize this was? A fat quarter or fat 8? I don't know.
I don't know, but it's a real nice size.
It's the 18 by 27 piece.
Yeah.
So we got our fabric.
Whatever that is, because math.
Right. We got our March fabric of the months. And so the first one is Legacy. We've seen a lot of people out there stitching stuff on Legacy. But I want to be able to show the pretty modeling.
Yeah. Open it. Yeah, open it all. Well, that's good enough.
Nope. No, you said it. So that's the size that we get, right?
Right.
So it's a little bit more modeling up here. Sorry, I don't mean to so you can see the. And that, what did I call that? Legacy.
Legacy, you called it. That's what PTP calls it. So let's call it.
Right. Let's call it. Let's call the whole thing.
That's really pretty.
Yeah,
Legacy
it is.
Lovely.
It kind of looks like green modeling to me, or is it just brown?
It's a kind of a, in the dark parts, it has kind of an olive green,
doesn't it?
Tone to it. Yes.
I'm not stupid.
Oh.
And then that was the neutral, and then the color piece was Arctic.
Arctic.
Check this out, people. Now this one, you actually can see the color better if I fold it.
Yeah.
So it's like blue, light blue and some green, and it's showing up a little bit weird, oddly purpley in the camera, but yeah, there you go. There you can kind of see it.
Right.
With the blues and light greens. It's really pretty.
Right.
I already was like thinking in my head. I'm waiting for one to come so I can start Christmas rolls on it. But neither of these, I think. Maybe Legacy, but I don't want to. Nah. I don't think so. So, but both of these are gorgeous. Right. So we got that this week. And then, what'd you get?
I just had an impulse buy.
We're sitting in the living room, as per always, and she looks at me and she goes, I just made an impulse purchase.
I feel like I have to confess.
It's really your money. Do what you want to do, Pam. I
really don't. I think we were watching some FlossTubes, and someone mentioned Jen's Stitching Niche on Etsy.
Yeah.
And so, power of suggestion. I just pick up my phone. I start scrolling through Jen's Stitching Niche. Well, what happened about, 6 weeks ago, 2 or 3 months ago, somehow in disabling or deleting cookies or some foolish thing on my laptop, I lost my wish list on 123, which I just kind of maintained as a record of things I see. It didn't necessarily mean I would get them from 123 Stitch, but it was just just something that was convenient and easy.
When that happened, then
poof, it went away.
Right. And then because that happened to her, I took my entire 1 to 3 wish list and made an Excel spreadsheet of my wish list because I didn't want that to happen to me.
Yeah. Well, hers is a lot bigger than mine. She has a lot more years to stitch than I do.
I do. No.
So anyway, back to the mention of Jen's Stitching Niche on Etsy, and I just started scrolling through and found a couple of designs that I know were on my 1, 2, 3 wish list, or in general, my wish list, if you will.
Right.
So I decided that I would go ahead
and get them.
Because why not? I have about, you guys know I'm a history geek and family historian.
Genealogist, if you will.
I have, I think, somewhere around 35 to 36 or so ancestors who fought for the Union in the Civil War. Okay? I have an ancestor who is buried in the Andersonville Cemetery. He was imprisoned in Andersonville Prison, which was a Confederate prison. I have one cousin who died in the Battle of Gettysburg. I have whole clusters of brothers who took off following President Lincoln's call from the great state of Maine and fought for the Union. So I kind of like all that stuff. That kind of stuff appeals to me. And I mean, 2 of my favorite movies are Gettysburg and Glory. I mean, I could watch them all day long. So anyway, this one is a
Blackbird Designs.
Blackbird Designs. I've seen it stitched many times. It was on my wish list. I decided
It needs to come
hit the PayPal button. It's called Union Forever. I can tell you right now that I don't care for it on the tannish fabric.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
But I do love it.
It would be pretty on gray.
And it says, Liberty and Union, now and forever, one and inseparable. And it was designed by Maggie in 2005. So I decided to, like I said, go ahead and get that.
I want to see what the call for fabric is for it.
She may not say.
Yes, she does. There it is. 28 count antique cotton by R&R.
Have to do a floss toss and see. The other one is by the wonderful Shakespeare's Peddler.
Craft Kitten Stitcher.
Right, Kitten Stitcher on FlossTube.
Yep.
You know her, you love her.
Yep.
And you know about her whole Jenny Bean series. And this is one that I've always wanted because I am a family historian and so forth. I love cemeteries. I have a little fob on my car keys that says I break for cemeteries. And I do. But this is Jenny Bean's Halloween sampler. And I have always loved this thing because there's a graveyard in there under the willow tree. And
what's it say?
It has Jenny Bean 1824 on it and an alphabet, which makes it a sampler.
Obviously.
And the verse reads, when I am dead and in my grave and all my bones are rotten, if this you see, pray think of me, or I will be forgotten. And there is a cabin and, like I said, a graveyard, a willow tree, and a very pretty border. And it calls for 40 count. No, this stitcher will not be doing 40 count.
No.
I could see myself doing 36. And it calls for all samplers. So
LTD sampler threads.
that was a limited edition of Gentle Arts, I think.
Oh, pardon
So
me.
we may just eyeball some colors that look good.
Right.
Anyway,
Why
so
not?
Jenny Bean's Halloween sampler from the Shakespeare's Peddler. From Shakespeare's, not the Shakespeare's Peddler.
Yes.
And also got a cute little freebie that's called Muted Spring. Boop. Have no idea what it will look like because there's no picture.
Right.
But anyway, she sent a freebie along, which was nice. And so that was my little impulse buy from Jen's Stitching Niche.
Oops.
Oopsie poopsie.
So
like we mentioned before,
we went to Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby marked a bunch of cross-stitch kits down.
Yeah, and a bunch of just
And
stuff.
other stuff in that same aisle.
Right. I meant to ask because we do have a Hobby Lobby that's the closest to us here in Mason, and that we are not typical Lobby of Hobbs customers.
No.
We would much rather go to Joann's or Michael's, but
When there's a sale.
when there's a sale, and we wanted to at least check it out.
Correct.
So, we do not go there for DMC. We don't go there for anything. And so we went.
It was a nice day yesterday.
Right.
So this one suggested that we do the Hobby Lobby tour.
Exactly. So we did.
So with our handy dandy GPS, we just found
The three closest.
Hobby Lobbies.
So, like I said, they had, and it was weird because some stuff had yellow tags on it and some stuff didn't. So it was we saw one chart at the Mason Hobby Lobby that was marked down. Originally $20, I got it for $7.50. And then at the next Hobby Lobby we went to, in another town, it was not on sale. So I don't know, what their rhyme or reason is for it. I'd have no freaking clue. I don't know. But we also picked up perforated paper for $1.25 each. And how many sheets are in here? 2.
Two sheets. Two sheets of silver.
And one silver.
Yep.
So we have a bunch of these. They're work.
Yeah. We have several of those sleds.
Yeah.
And
you got the one you got from Jen Sabry.
Yeah. From Jenna Delicious Threads.
Right.
We noticed that she did her
silver
stitching on silver, which makes it kind of holiday-ish.
Correct.
So we got those. Uh-oh, that was
really weird. And then, excuse me, I got this. Wait for it. I love this. Pam was like, I can't believe you liked it.
I can't believe you liked it.
I think it's awesome. And this is by Artiste. It's a counted cross stitch kit. It says it's called Classy Cat. And it's a retro vibe with serious panache. Is that how you say that word?
Yeah.
Panache.
You said it right.
Hell yeah. Made by Zweigert. Designed by Cooler Design Studio.
There you go. Didn't see that yesterday.
Look at this friggin' guy. Isn't he cool, though? Comes with the friggin' neon green Ada and all the floss. I don't know if that floss is DMC. That's funny. It says 1 yard of light lavender floss, 2 yards of very dark mahogany floss, and I don't. It's not because there's like 1107. That's not right. I do really like this lime green color though, but it's 14 count Ada.
Ooh.
I don't know. We'll see. But isn't that super friggin' cool? I love him. Or her. I'm going to call it a her because I only have girl cuts.
Yeah, pink ribbon.
Pink bow tie. I mean, it really don't look that hard legit, though. I mean, I don't think there's any...
Good thing she's only 30.
I do not think that there are any fractionals in this thing. From the looks of it...
No, I don't think so, probably.
It says...
It doesn't even look like there's any back stitching.
There is around the bow tie. And,
just a little.
And the whiskers.
Yeah, just a little.
But this is cool, though, isn't it? Plus, it was $7.50 marked down from $30. I like it a lot better at $7.50.
Yeah. Well, wait till you see what I picked up.
I know. You guys are going to lose your shit.
And I don't know. You know.
She just bought it because it was on sale. I think.
I don't have that many good stitching years left, people, so I don't know. Why? Again, it was a little hard for me to find something to take advantage of the sale.
And we tried so hard, because like those flowers from Tag
we saw the things that Jen got, and they were good deals, but they didn't really appeal
to us.
Everybody has their own taste.
Right.
And we're not apt to do things
from kits.
As to give for gifts either. I think one of the ones, that striped tulip one that Jen got, I think she was thinking she was going to do that for a gift. I don't know.
No, she's doing that for a gift.
We're not apt to do that unless it's just kind of random and not usually a big project for someone.
Right, yeah.
But anyway, that's our long way of telling. She's
going to stitch this and give it to you.
I don't even know this designer, but it was just
I can tell you the designer.
Well, it says Dennis P. Lewin. I don't know who he is.
I don't know who he is either.
You know, it's a Dimensions Gold kit. All right.
Originally $44.99.
Originally, and you can zero in on this, $44.99.
And she got it for $7.50.
Is this worth $44.99? I think not.
I think that's a bunch of bullshit.
$44.99 marked down to, what did I buy it for?
$7.50.
$7.50. Look at this thing.
You guys are gonna lose it.
Look at this
ridiculousness.
And
I mean, it's a DMC Gold collection.
It's DMC Gold. It's winter. It's people on a pond. Are there skaters on there?
Yes.
Yes, there are skaters. There's a toboggan. There's a woman having her laces, her ice skates laced up right there.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It kind of has a Thomas Kincaid look to it, which I do not like Thomas Kincaid. Sorry, Kincaid fans.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm looking at this now, and because it's like everything, including the 16 or 18 count gray Ada.
It's light blue, but that's fine. And all the DMC.
It wouldn't take too much for me to crack this one open and start it this afternoon.
No, there's a better DMC Gold collection starting before that.
Oh, Well,
the post office
you know,
one.
that itch, that startitis itch that you get, you know.
Well, you finished a big project, so you can start a big project.
And I think that's what
But you're doing the post office one before you do this.
Oh, but that's one of my mania starts.
No, it's not.
It isn't?
No.
You sure?
I put our mania together. I think I know what
Oh, that post office one.
it's right over there. I know what it is.
If I succumb
to the Dimensions Gold
to the Dimensions Gold startitis disease,
yep,
you will see it in the next video.
Oh my god.
Anyway, this was my takeaway from the Hobby Lobby.
I mean, really though, for $45 and you get for $7.50.
I mean, really.
Please.
You know, my girlfriend Vicky and I used to say, for that price, you can't leave it in the store.
Right, exactly.
You can't.
You can't. Right.
So that was our Hobby Lobby tour.
Hobby Lobby tour.
And that pretty much wraps it up. But we did want to shout out a couple of channels.
Well, just the one, right? Because they haven't changed their name yet.
Oh, well, we'll mention it. We'll mention
So
it.
a pseudo shout out / mention.
Right.
We shouted out last week a channel from a local stitcher.
Right.
Her name is Arlene. The channel name is Piquet. It's Piquea. Her last name and her first initial. I put the link to her channel in the last video. I will also do it this week for what am I trying to say?
And if you subscribe to her, and I think she said her subscriber count doubled after we shouted her out, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And here's what happened. You gonna say it? Tell it? Or
I mean, that's fine. You can do it.
Okay.
I don't care.
Were you in the middle? Okay.
I mean, I was, but that's fine.
So,
whatever.
Somehow we found out that this had happened. How did we find out?
Well, okay, because Crystal, our friend Crystal, she called me one day about something, and I think it was because she got into StitchCon and she called me, whatever. So, and Arlene from that channel is her best friend.
Best friend.
Best friend. And the previous Thursday to this phone call from Crystal, we had gone to Panera,
right.
And Crystal was like, Arlene hasn't told me about the FlossTube yet. And I was like, what? And so when Crystal called me, she said that she had gone to church that Sunday and that she approached Arlene. She was like, and apparently they were in discussion about doing a FlossTube together.
Right. And there's a third.
And there's a third, Lisa. Right. And so Arlene was like, well, I just wanted to see how I felt and how I was comfortable, whatever. So they have decided, the three of them, a FlossTube trio, if you will, to do a channel together. And the channel name is still the same now. I think when they came in the shop on Friday, didn't they say that they were going to change it?
But if you've subscribed under her current name,
right, which I will link,
your subscription will stay in place.
Right.
When I think this happened to McKenna. McKenna changed her channel name as well.
Yeah.
And everything stays the same.
Right.
It's just a different. So don't be alarmed when you find out that Arlene has a new video, because she has friends.
Right.
And they're fantastic.
They are.
They're really, really great.
They all stitch different stuff, but
right.
It's cool. I say that.
So it's Arlene, Crystal, and Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're all local to us.
Right.
Keepsticks is their LNS. They are all coming to StitchCon.
So watch for that.
Yeah.
I think, I'm not going to vouch for this because it's not official, but I think they're going to go with the Kitchen Stitchers.
Yes.
Because they get together about once a week, and they sit around the kitchen table and stitch.
Right.
Isn't that great? Mm-hmm. So it's a great title, easy to find.
Yep.
And watch for that.
And I will link them below so you can go ahead and subscribe, and then you won't have to worry about it when they change their name.
There you go. And the other channel is someone that...
Someone's.
A mother-daughter team. And very similar to us, if you have ever binge watched us all the way back to episode number 1, out in the solarium, where the lighting was pretty poor, and I say...
Bless your heart.
Yeah, bless your heart. First of all, when I say I've been stitching for about 30 years, and the snarky comeback from Stephanie was, I've been stitching for about 30 minutes. Okay, so it's Debbie and her daughter Kefren, And Debbie has been crafting for many, many years. She's a few years younger than I am. I think she's in her 50s. And she's done scrapbooking, and she had a YouTube channel, and inspired by Stephanie and I and some other duos, she has snookered Kefren into doing a FlossTube video. Right. And
they do paper crafts together, her and mom.
And Kefren has not started stitching yet.
Right.
So,
but she said that she stitched before at some point, like once or twice.
You know, well, Stephanie had too when she was about 12 before she got busy with life. So it's Debbie and Kefren, and their channel name is
Snug Harbor Crafts.
Isn't that great? Snug Harbor Crafts. So that's easy to find as well.
And they are big Disney fans.
Oh my God! If you are into Disney,
they're your people to follow.
So, they know everything there is to know about Disney.
Yep, and they're really high energy and they're really fun. And they gave us such a nice shout out. So thank you, ladies, so much. That was really sweet of you. So.
Yes. And they're on Instagram as well, under Snug Harbor Crafts.
They are.
So, like I said, we're down to the end of this video for this week.
Did you realize that in a month from today we're starting Mania?
Oh my God!
I'm so excited.
We're so excited. We cannot hardly even stand it.
I'm so pumped.
Hardly even stand it.
Yep. We decided that we are going to do a pre-Mania video that's like just about Mania.
Right.
Just about Mania.
Right.
I mean, we'll have our normal weekly videos as well, but we're also going to be doing a separate, because it's just like a lot to share, and to tack it on to a normal video is like kind of a lot in my opinion. Right. So I made that executive decision.
Right.
So look for that towards the end of April.
Yeah, we'll be doing...
probably won't be at our normal day, because let me reference my calendar here and hold please. So this... The 1st of April is a Tuesday. Or the 1st of May is a Tuesday, excuse me. So...
maybe we'll do it right before Mania starts.
Yeah, so we'll have a video that will go up Monday morning, because our videos go up Monday morning.
You know, I mean, don't take this as gospel. I mean, life happens.
Right.
Okay? I think we learned that last week.
Yeah.
So, you know, one of my favorite expressions is, you know, make a plan, God laughs. Because, you know, you don't know what's going to happen.
Right. That's tentatively the plan.
But that's tentatively the plan, is to have a pre-Mania video the last Sunday of April.
Right.
Which will be here before you know it, people.
And then that's May, and then you know what's after May is June, and you know it's in June, StitchCon.
Oh my God. Things are getting really, really exciting. I know. We have our April ornaments to make.
I already am done with mine.
She's already done her Nevermore for Halloween. I have my Christmas and Halloween to pick out. Yep. I've already done
one down for April so far.
I've already done my April
monthly.
April monthly, which is my flip it.
Yep.
And
I got my overdyed thread for my April cottage, and my fabric's all cut out.
Right.
And
I'm going to be working on those, and I'm going to be thinking about another one of my older whips to work on, and I'm not going to give that away, but it's another one that's just been hanging fire for a really long time. And in non-stitching events,
yes. Anybody watch This Is Us?
Do you watch This Is Us?
Because we do.
Because we love that show.
Yes, we do. It's Pam's fault she got me into it. She started watching it before I moved home just over a year ago. And then I came home and she was like watching a part of the episode. And I was like, what is this? And she was like, it's This Is Us. And I'm like, oh, now I have to start from the beginning.
Right.
And then I got sucked into it. So, yes. So one of the characters, Chrissy Metz, who plays the grown-up Kate Pearson, she actually just wrote her first book, and it's called This Is Me. And as part of her book tour, release tour thing, she is coming to Cincinnati. Right. And she is coming to Joseph Beth Booksellers here in Cincinnati, and she'll be here next Friday. Right. So we are going with Sharon and Cindy, two of our stitchy friends. And the way that you get in is like you buy a book and then that's your ticket So we'll get to meet her.
So we'll each get a book. Yeah. And she's been publicizing her book quite a bit. I think she was on the cover of People last week or so, and talks about her upbringing. And
I'm really excited about it.
We're really excited, and we'll probably go to, it's in the afternoon, I think it's 1 to 3 at Joseph Beth, and then we'll probably
get some
foods after, and we'll probably forego our
monthly
stitching at Keepsakes, because by the time all of that is done, it just
Keepsakes will be packed.
Keepsakes will be pretty crowded, and so fine. That's not to say we might not stop in and say hi and show off our autograph books, but beyond that, no. Right. So anyway, that's what's going on down here.
Oh my gosh, we're under an hour.
I cannot believe it. We are at 55. Holy moly.
Hey, it's better to be under an hour than no video at all, right?
So by the time you see this, it'll be probably the Monday after Easter. Hope everybody had a great Easter. And we will see you next time.
Yes, we will.
Once more, I'm Pam.
And I'm Stephanie.
And this is Just Keep Stitching.